Well, you can't do all work and no play. So today is play day. It is 41 degrees and it's raining. Well, it's actually not raining right now, but 41 degrees and raining here in Washington State. And a couple guys were on our little mini boat Facebook groups and said, hey, anybody want to go for a winter ride? It rained really hard. All the rivers swelled up, so they're pretty much flooding, which kind of makes the main rivers kind of boring, but it opens up all kinds of new stuff. So we're gonna go check that out on a river I've never been on, the Nisqually River here in just south of Olympia, and meeting up with a couple guys, Ben, who I've boated with before, and a new mini boating friend now is Tyler. So we're gonna go check this out. Come along for the ride. We're gonna go rip on the Nisqually in January in Washington State. Got Ben over there. Ben in the SKETCHY Engineering, we've ripped with him a lot this summer. Then we got Tyler, new guy in his very own design and built Bond Bay custom mini boat. Pretty cool. Be ripping on that. And this is the state of the river. It's pretty high right now. Pretty much flood stage. So, like I said, it's going to open up some other channels, and I guess there's some rapids on this river, so we're going to go check it out. Give it a go. There's where we're going. But we're at some dam up on the Nisqually. Pretty cold rip up the Nisqually. It wasn't honestly all that too exciting, other than there's a lot of rocks and little rapidy areas, but this much water just kind of flattens it all out, and it was just kind of like, well, kind of like that. There wasn't a whole lot of skinny water to run, but this is the end of the line for us. That's how big of a drop do you think that is? 15, 20 feet? At least 10 to... Hell no, dude. Yeah, I think you would just plow your bow right into it and endo. Yeah, that's a pretty big drop. It's kind of gnarly down there. I think you would get... You get pulled in through that stuff and you would never get out of it. And if you jumped off of it, you'd probably have to clear it like all the way to there. So, yeah, somebody should do it who's not me.
So Tyler's boat that he self-designed, self-built is a 12-degree dead rise, which most mini boats are. My Skookamar is a 14-degree dead rise with a more aggressive chine, and it turns significantly quicker and more nimble than the 12-degree boat. So I was like, dude, go take it out for a quick rip. So that's what he's doing. It's kind of cool to sit there on the bank and watch your own boat rip around and see what it does. So anyway, that's what Tyler's doing here, just a quick spin.
first casualty of the day. Coming down through the rapids, Tyler hit a rock, and these boats will take the hits, but it'll push up on there, and you don't have very much clearance at all between the bottom plate and your oil pan. So what happened? You get the UHMW bolts. I don't have any bolts right under my engine for this very reason. If you push up through there, that bolt, it can hit your oil pan and puncture your oil pan. So we do have a casualty. It's the Honda Turbo, and unfortunately the whole bilge is full of oil now. So we're kind of figuring out what we want to do. We did just pass a boat ramp up there, not too far, but we're towing against a pretty good current. So we got to figure out, do we tow it up the current for a little ways or down through all the rapids that we just spent probably 45 minutes of running down the way. So we got to figure out something. We just sent Ben up to scope it out to see if we can tow the boat up and then just tie the boat off there and then run down and get the truck. But we'll figure it out. That's why we go in groups, and here we sit. We'll figure it out. Well, we opted to go down river, so that's what we're doing. We got the boat back there. My boat's sticking out. So we opted to go down the river. It was just too much of a current, too big a rapids between us and the boat ramp that was up above the river. So I was like, hey, let's just kind of take our time and we'll get this thing down. So there was a lot of stuff going on. Tyler was sitting on the back of my engine cover just in case we had to full stop and his boat comes flying into us. He was kind of like the bumper for that. We had a good bridle set, so we're towing from the middle point. Andy was up with me, kind of navigating and helping me out up in the front. And then the plan was to have Ben running down the river, and he was going to set the line so we didn't hit any rocks. So it just got chaotic. And I'm trying to film with my GoPro, and it was just too much. So I just threw it up in the dash. So sorry about that. But the rest of these clips, as we make our way down, I couldn't do it all. I couldn't GoPro. I couldn't get my phone out. So these are Andy's phone footage, if you will, and he was recording in the vertical, so apologize for that, but he had some pretty good shots as we went through some pretty good rapids. We took some waves over the bow a couple times, but anyway, enjoy the boat ride back down the river, towing a 1,200-pound Mini with another Mini and 3 people in there. And I'm like, man, hats off to RS Racecraft. This boat, I love this Mini boat. The RS Racecraft builds an awesome hull, an awesome kit. It just rips. It just does everything good. And, you know, the Yamaha SVHO, we're towing on plane another mini boat through rapids. I'm like, this thing is pretty flippin' badass. So here we go. Check it out on our trip back down to the boat ramp. I've been thinking about doing a how-to video on how to properly trailer your boat, and maybe today would be the best way to start. This is this is how not to trailer your boat. But I have a disclaimer: is that the current and the flipping sandbar down there. So yeah, check out this pretty good trailer job. Pretty top notch. Kind of knew it. Not a lot we could do down there with the current and the sandbar. The trailer is cocked like that when we put the boats on them. So we'll just all pull them up once we get up here. But anyway, pretty nice trailering job. So we're with Tyler with Vaughn Bay Customs, and this is Brad, pretty new boat to you.
Yep, second time out on the river.
Right on.
Yep.
I gotta say, dude, your welds are some of the nicest flipping mini boat welds. These are TIG, but like, they're some of the nicest welds on minis that I've seen. These are all wire feed pulse around his windshield. He doesn't. Do you grind your welds or no?
No.
Any of them?
None of them.
Not even.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
See, I mean, most people, including myself, I grind all these because this is the finished look of what you're seeing. But this is all TIG welded, where it's this is all wire feed here. TIG weld down some of these harder edged heads. But dude, you built a nice boat. Like, everything is nice, but we did some damage to it today.
Yep.
Show the gouge on the back.
Yeah, I was trying to follow this guy, and I drifted a little too sideways and boom into a big boulder.
So yeah, we were just joking that he doesn't grind his welds, but he did now. So yeah, a little bit of scar there. Nothing too bad.
And once we reached the top at the dam, we flipped around and probably was going a little too fast downriver and smacked another big boulder that we didn't even see.
Yeah, they're kind of going down is so tough because the water's going over the rock. You know, and you can't see it. Yeah.
We just hit it too hard. My warning light came on and it started beeping at me. So I reset it, turned it back on, still beeping at me. And so we popped the engine cover and it's full of oil.
Full of oil, yeah.
Looks like one of the U-hum bolts got pushed up.
Are the ones under your engine this long? Too?
They're cut down flush so I could have the most clearance. But even then, I think there was only about a 1/4 inch clearance between the nut and the oil pan.
Right. And almost all mini boats are really close. Like the RS racecrafts, they're right down on the bottom. There's nothing you can do about that to try to get it down to line up with the drive shaft.
Right.
Because they all have to be. Nobody has U joints essentially like a automotive drive line. Yeah, so you have to get it perfectly level with everything. So, but that's where you are. But anyway, 1/4 inch bottom, 3/8 U-hum, and we still did some damage. Did you look? Was there a dent under there that you could see?
Yeah, there's a dent right in front of the intake grate. It got pushed in, which doesn't even look that bad, but
no, it doesn't.
It went up that 1/4 inch to contact my oil pan.
Well, can we see the oil? I mean, not like it's that exciting, but oh shit, there's oil in it. There's oil in the whole boat. Yeah.
I lost, I'd say, every ounce of oil.
Oh yeah, the whole bilge is full of oil. But so we're kind of talking about that. Hey, we got spare oil we could throw in there, but it's just going to pour right out. We essentially punched a hole in the oil pan, so we opted to tow the thing down, and here it is on the trailer. So successful day. You just got some work to do now.
Yep.
You're gonna have to pull the whole engine out.
Yep. Pull her out and get her fixed up, and kind of see if I can re-engineer little things to make a little more clearance so it doesn't happen again.
So on my U-hum right under my engine, I don't put a nut on the inside of them. I just, of course I have the 3/8, so I have a little bit more thread. Yep. But so I just go to and I cut them off flush with the bottom of the boat. So I'm willing to accept that right under there because I don't want to have that happen.
Exactly.
So maybe do that.
I'll have to do the same and see if I can clearance the oil pan.
Yeah.
Maybe I can shave the oil pan down a little bit and see.
Because that's what I've heard most it happens is it's actually hitting one of the nuts or the bolt that's coming up through. Anyway, you got an Instagram for your Vaughn Bay Customs?
Yes, sir.
What's your Instagram?
Just at Vaughn Bay Customs.
Right on.
Instagram. Yep.
So check it out. He builds a really nice boat. This is my first time ever seeing him. I'm seeing him on Facebook before, but my first time seeing him in person. And man, top-notch welds. Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Well, it was nice meeting you, dude.
Yep,
Good. We'll get this thing fixed. We'll let the weather get a little bit better, and we'll try it again in the springtime.